check it out. We actually got special permission. We're in Pella, Iowa at the OG Pella factory. This 100-year-old company has some amazing innovations, and the Build Show today, I'm gonna show you 4 things that totally blow me away when it comes to innovation. Today's Build Show is sponsored by Pella. Let's get going. All right, y'all, I can't show you what's in the foreground here because this is their Area 51, right? This is where they're innovating on all kinds of stuff. And by the way, I saw some things that are coming in the future I was super impressed with. But this space back here, they call this their maker space. I'm super jealous. I would love to have a shop space like this. This area I can show you. And this is actually where they came up with Pella Steady Set. They tell me it took about 3 years of innovation, and I actually saw a display that had like 12 different versions of this. If you don't know this, our company helped launch this last year at the International Builder Show, and there's 2 innovations here that I think are a really big deal for builders. First off, this has a clip system that builders can install the windows from the inside now, which is a really big deal. So these structural clips are what you're actually gonna see on the back side of this display, if I can roll this around. And these are actually structurally holding the window on. So we install this from the backside. That's the first innovation that I want to mention. The next innovation, though, that's probably one of my absolute favorites, and I suspect almost every other window manufacturer is probably going to copy them in some way, shape, or form here because it's so good, is this right here. This flange that you see here that's kind of flapped back like a dog's ears, pinned back. When you take these flaps off, this flap right here is amazing. I love it. What you're seeing here is it's got rubber corners, right? And the rubber corner is attached onto the frame by, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or so. You see a lot of manufacturers with a pinhole of light or water potential entry there that I do not like, and Pella has solved that for me as a builder. That's a real pain point. And look how flexible this flashing flange is. So this is not an install flange. This is simply a water and air flange. It's attached to the frame with this rubber gasket. So if my rough opening is not perfect, it's still gonna work correctly. And if my wood moves, it's still gonna work correctly. But even more than that, look at this at the bottom. They've purposely left some weep space. It says do not seal here, and they've corrugated the bottom so that this, when it's not sealed on the bottom, is gonna give us a weep space. Those are 2 innovations that I think are absolutely fabulous from Pella. With that being said, let me show you a couple cool things in the plant tour. Okay, y'all, the factory tour was super fun. It all starts right here in this giant warehouse that they're storing lumber. Interesting enough, they get like 5 to 6 trucks of lumber a day. And when that lumber comes in, it's 100% covered the whole time. So no matter what's happening with the weather outside, this lumber's never getting wet. And like I said, they're using a lot of lumber on a daily basis. Next up, let's show how they utilize that lumber. That lumber's getting put on a conveyor, and they have this system they call the golden eye, where basically each individual board is getting scanned. Like you see this laser right here, these boards are actually whipping through here. It's hard to even imagine how fast they're going through. The laser is capturing an image of each board, and here's the image on the screen next to that machine. It's capturing, hey, where do we need to make the cuts to get the best use out of this lumber and to cut out all the knots? So the next machine you're about to see here has those same pieces of lumber that it's scanned and it knows where the knots are. And it's hard to tell in here, but this is actually a cut machine. These are super fast cuts, cutting out each individual section of knot, making the most use of the lumber. And then after it comes out of this machine, you're gonna see a giant conveyor belt where it's smart enough to know, hey, this piece right here, this is a knot. Let's shred this one, and this is going to the recycle, basically. The rest of the pieces are going to making windows. This was a fascinating system. I was super impressed. Okay, the factory floor where they're actually making product, this was fascinating. A lot of high-tech manufacturing going on. Robots, autonomous carts. This particular robot is putting glue in the tenons on a door. But this robot right here was one of my favorites. This one is actually putting a bead of sealant before the glazing comes in. And see those kind of lasers that are on either side of the bead? It's taking a picture the entire way as it puts that bead down. If there was a bubble, if there was a break, if something happened, you know, if this was a human, they would go, oh, I need to touch up that spot. But this robot has those lasers that say, hey, we had a defect or a not perfect sealant joint here, go back and touch it up. Now, the one I watched was absolutely perfect, but the point is, it knows if there's a problem and it can actually touch it up. Okay, next up, let's go check out the testing lab. I got a full tour from Aaron, the lead, and they have a bunch of people dedicated to making sure that the products they make there are gonna meet my standards as a builder out on the job site. The first thing that was really interesting though is not just the products, but the shipping they're testing. Like they have the shake table where they're putting their packaged doors and windows on that's basically simulating, hey, this is the kind of rough ride that our products are gonna endure when they're on a semi going to a job site. So they're making sure that even their packaging meets the innovative standard that pros demand. Next up, let's talk about what they're actually doing for the product. They had several interesting machines that I had never seen before. For instance, they do a ton of corrosion testing. This huge door I lifted up had salty, moist air blasting on this aluminum sample to ensure that it meets their standards. Anytime they get a vendor that's bringing a new product in, they want to trust but verify. Hey, you say your product meets this standard for corrosion, for instance, we're gonna test that, whether it's a fastener, whether it's aluminum, whatever, to make sure it really meets that standard. So then we send a Pella window out, we know that it's been tested to a super high standard. Another super interesting test that they did, they have this giant walk-in freezer that goes to like, I forget what it was, -20, I think, when I walked in there. And they had a window unit that was getting hot, wet, and cold testing. And right here, you can see the schedule. They're showing the temperature there. It's going from 70 to 160 to 70 to -40. And in between, you can see it's getting soaked at a particular time. So this is some pretty serious testing they're putting this window through. It was fascinating to see what they're doing. I really like Aaron and his crew. All right, guys, next up, let's actually go talk to Aaron about their door and window testing that's going on here.
So this area is our cycle area, so we're open, close, lock, unlock. Want to make sure everything functions correctly. So this is our hinge door slam test. So we'll do regular open, close, and slamming on it.
And how much slamming is a typical residential door rated to withstand? Like how much testing do you have to do on a door like that?
We'll take a residential door to 100,000 cycles, and then a commercial we'll take to 1 million.
Oh my gosh.
So we want to make sure they last.
Wow. Check that out. Is that your easy slide opener I'm seeing over there?
Yep, that's cycling on the easy slide. So it has a lock mechanism and an open close. So it's acting like you're closing up for the day and then open it up. And we want to make sure that that's going to hold up for our long periods of time that we're requesting. So
that's really cool.
Yep.
Aaron, I'm curious from your engineering standpoint, not the marketing folks. The easy slide opener, what do you think is the really like awesome use case for a product like that?
For me, I mean, anywhere you want to use the thing is great. I even used it down in the basement because you have, egress, easy to open, a bedroom, so kids can open it up, no problem.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to hold up long term because not besides our standard test, but we also took it and put in corrosion, made sure it was working after that, and added sand, drywall dust, all the things you would see at a typical job site.
That's pretty cool. How many cycles of actuation is that mechanism put through?
Over 20,000 is what we're assessing.
That's pretty awesome.
So well beyond the industry standard.
And that belt, is there something special about the material from that belt?
It's a Kevlar reinforced belt.
That's
so
pretty
you
legit.
gotta make sure it holds
That's like a timing belt for an engine then, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty impressive. I think it's such an interesting use case thinking about egress and fire because it's only a couple pounds of force, right?
Yeah.
Whereas when you think about a crank handle, you got multiple actuations.
How long it takes, yes.
And this one just and you're out if you had a fire.
If you needed it.
That's pretty cool. Let's go back and check out some more products. One of the things that bugs me about showrooms is this isn't really what it's gonna look like at my house. I'm gonna have a bug screen there because I don't want the insects coming in. So when I open the window, I fooled you. This is the integrated roll screen. Check that out. That is a really cool innovation. Totally hidden. Double hung in this case is on the top and it's on the bottom. So check this out. When I roll this up, the screen comes with it. Totally hidden in a pocket down there. I don't know how they did that, but that is really cool. That's a big innovation. I would like this at my house. And you can even get this on the 250 series. So in a more entry-level window, you can still get this really cool innovation of that hidden screen. I like this. All right, Aaron, this is your performance grade testing.
Yep.
Older builders have heard in the past this thing called a DP.
Yep.
And you're calling on your windows that I bought from you guys PG.
Yep.
By the way, one thing I really like about Pella is they tend to have much higher PG ratings. I also noticed when I get my bid in for Matt at BFS, it also shows the PG rating. I really
Yep.
appreciate that.
Yep.
I like seeing a 35 or a 50 on our products or higher. And this test is kind of showing it. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you on my own thought here real quick, just to explain this. What you're seeing here is a sheet of water. So the entire window is basically getting coated with water. And this simulates how much rain?
8 inches of water an hour.
An 8-inch rainstorm, which is per hour, giant amount of rain. There's also wind, basically pressure on this side, trying to force the water through. And even one drop means that you failed the test,
Yeah,
right?
one drop crossing in to where the customer would be at would be a fail.
Okay, so then back to my original question. What's the difference between PG-15 or PG-50 and DP-15 or DP-50?
Yeah, so DP now is structural terms. So it's just how well it can hold up structurally. PG is air, water, and structural.
So in other words, it's accounting for all three of these. So if I was just calling out DP, I would just be calling out a structural rating.
Yes.
But this PG, which is a more modern,
Yep.
from what I'm understanding, like in the last 10 years, I'm seeing manufacturers like Pella talking about this
Yep.
PG. This is a better rating system because it encompasses air, water, and structure.
Yep.
And so if you look at this chart, when we get to the higher numbers, like a PG 90 rated window, we've got really high numbers for both structure, water, and air infiltration. So where I am in Texas, I really like a PG 35 or a PG 50. I think that's a really good spec. Cool test. Thanks for having us, Aaron. You know, one of my favorite things about Pella was seeing the test lab where they break things, where they corrode things, where they see how lasting and durable it is, because that's what I really care about, is things are gonna last. And guess what? These guys here are the ones here at the test lab that are making sure that your Pellas that come to your job site are lasting and durable. So guys, thanks for your hard work. Will you end the video with me here at the Pella Test Lab? Guys, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, otherwise we'll see you next time on The Build Show.